Hi guys, welcome back to LARP School with another r/LARP post, and it's what's your most memorable note moment in a game, part 2. I was an NPC at an event when late at night the refs told me to play a dodgy rebel contact for some PC. I was to go out, listen to what he had to say and act tough and streetwise. They arranged that he would be waiting for me by the chapel that was on location and gave me directions. Walk straight down the road into the woods and take the first path left. Easy enough, right? Only it was pitch black outside and I had never been to that location before. Dumbass me neglected to bring a light. After all, it was right round the corner and the lanterns from the inn would shine far enough. So I walked down the road into the woods, carefully looking for a path. I walked further and further as the trees became darker and darker. I was completely alone in an unfamiliar forest in the darkness. Somewhere out there, people with plastic guns were waiting for me. Everything was dead silent, and the tiniest sound made me jump. I finally decided that the chapel couldn't be that far inside the woods and turned around. Managed to find the right path after all. By the time I reached the group of PCs at the chapel, I was so jittery, my rough rebel NPC probably ended up more timid than tough. GPS. Get a GPS, or, as you said, bring a light next time. Can't say I've ever got lost in the woods, but yeah, I bet that was definitely a fun experience. Expiato, Netherlands. This one wasn't too long ago. Basically, we knew there was going to be a big fight. There was this big demon with his army. While everyone was preparing, I and another player were going to try to get around the demon army and get to the big demon and do some shit there. There was this other player who was more experienced and more than happy to help us getting to the other side, so the three of us hid. After a while, we can hear shouting and battle starting. We hear the name of the big demons, so we thought, now's our chance. It was super dark, by the way. We go around the left side of the battle, thinking there would be nobody there. Everything went smoothly until the enemy demon just WWE tackled our guide. We noped out of there. Then, after a while, I decided to go back in there and try to find him. After a lot of searching, I still couldn't find him, so I gave up. But guess what? My dumb ass didn't realise I was in the midst of enemy lines, totally surrounded with no one that could help me. Luckily, some guy from the village kamikazed into the demon horde, and that was enough of a distraction for me to nope the fuck out. So yeah, 2 nopes in one night. Nothing worse than being stuck behind the enemy lines in a battle, especially if it's a big bad who's there. You got no chance. It's good you managed to escape, and may that villager rest in peace. First game ever. I'm patrolling the woods with another guy, just the 2 of us. I'm in flimsy leather armour with a short sword. Suddenly we turn a corner and come face to face with a 7-foot cyclops with a huge club. Suffice to say, we both noped the fuck out of there. Just like the giants from Skyrim, you don't want to get too close to a cyclops with a big club. The physics, even in the real world, are just going to go all screwy. You're going to fly. There were some kind of undead shadow monsters attacking. I don't even remember the exact kind. I was patrolling between different groups of defenders, letting them know who needed backup where. I ended up in a fairly deserted part of town. The monster came out of the darkness. I knew it was one of the plot team in a costume, but the way he was moving wasn't like anything human should move. I later found out he's an accomplished modern dancer. My conscious brain knew that this was a person who I know, who was not actually going to cause me harm, but my hindbrain was screaming, "This is an inhuman monster! Run!" My hindbrain won. I noped the fuck out of there as fast as I could run, while still moving quietly. I love it when you get NPCs who move like that. Makes me think of a brilliant story from one of the times that I played a monster. Absolutely freaked the fuck out of everyone. I'll have to get into it one day. Actually, you know what? Let's get into it now. Unfortunately, there's no more posts, so time for a little bit of r/story time with me. So many years ago, in a LARP that I still play every now and then when I can, I was tasked with bringing to life something called the Maker. Now, the Maker is a demon of essentially the second realm. Think heaven and hell. This guy comes from hell. And he's interesting. He gains control of people through drugs that were in the system. So those who took the drugs could see me. Those who didn't could not. This was at the very beginning, when he was at his, in quotation marks, weakest, but he was still powerful enough to fuck up anyone. So I made an outfit. Think Dementor crossed with Lich King. So I had the long, flowy, tattered robes rolling down. I had the badass full face mask. It looked amazing. Now, what really sold this as an ethereal creature was the movement. I wouldn't move normally. I would stagger across, jilted, almost like a stop motion animation. It didn't look right. I've managed to see some videos and it is one of the freakiest things I have ever seen, and I was the one in that, and it didn't look right to me. And just to put that little cherry on top of the spooky cake, you've got to do a crab walk at some point, right? So there I was, moving around, whispering into the ears of those who could see me, revealing their futures, their deaths, their darkest fears, letting them trust in me, trust in the Maker, or something along those lines. I'll be honest, I've forgotten exactly what was said. It was like 5 years ago. Allow me some leeway, but if I can try and find some footage of it, I'll put it back on. I don't think it exists anymore. I think I may have been the only one with footage, and my bad, I may have got rid of it. Oopsie. Anyway, that ends the most memorable moment in a game, part 2. As always, if you've got a memorable moment yourself, put it into the comments below, and when I've built up enough, eventually I will do a commenters only video. Now, I've seen plenty of posts as well, and trust me, I do see all the comments. I'm aware of the comments, and I am aware of what's going on as well in the wider aspect of LARP. This is something I will be addressing at some point. I will not stay silent about this. I just want to put together a video in the proper way, with my thoughts properly written down, so it doesn't come across as rambling. I want it to be cohesive, and I want it to hit the right marks. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.